June 2021, Human Biology Paper 1. Question 1 says, identify the characteristics that makes man a mammal. A says maintains a constant body temperature. B has an erect posture. C has a four-chambered heart. D has a bipedal gait. Gait just simply talks about how an organism moves. So bipedal gait just says that man moves with two legs. The correct answer here is C, has a four-chambered heart, because it best explains the characteristics of a mammal. Question 2. In a cell, what is the function of the ribosome? A, you say package and store proteins. No. B, carry out intracellular digestion. Actually, intracellular digestion is being carried out by lysosomes. When they burst and release their enzymatic content into the cell, they digest the structures, the organelles within the cell. So this is being carried out by lysosomes. C, site for protein synthesis. Yes, is the correct answer. So the answer is C. Ribosomes are site for protein synthesis. Question 3. Active transport differs from simple diffusion in that A, it moves molecules along the concentration gradient. This is true. Along the concentration gradient says that is from a region of low to high along. B says it moves molecules against the concentration gradient. No, against the concentration gradient. This is not correct. C says it selects substances to be transported. No, this must be talking about selective transport. And D says it moves molecules against the concentration. It moves water molecules. Okay, water molecules is specified to osmosis alone. So the best answer here is A. Actually, active transport, the main what mainly differentiates active transport from diffusion is the fact that it moves molecules from a region of low concentration to that of high concentration. And since energy is needed in active transport because of the difference in concentration gradient, it actually makes it a good factor to differentiate it from diffusion. Question 4. What type of epithelium is found in the lining of the small intestine? A, squamous. B, stratified. C, columnar. D, C, cuboidal, and D, columnar. The correct answer here is squamous. When we talk of the kind of epithelium in the small intestine, first of all, the function of the small intestine is to absorb the nutrients. So, for this absorption to take place, the kind of epithelium found here should be adapted such that the distance for which these nutrients diffuse into the bloodstream is minimized. So, squamous cells are very flat and thin, minimizing the distance for diffusion of nutrients. So, the correct answer is A. Question 5. What are the end products of fat digestion? A, fatty acids and water. B, glycerol and galactose. C, fatty acids and glycerol. C. So the answer is C. The end products of fat digestion is always fatty acids and glycerol. Question 8. Which of the following is the role of mitosis in humans? A, having the chromosome number. Not really. B, doubling the chromosome number. No. C, replacement of lost or damaged cells. Yes. Actually, the use of mitosis is that it produces cells that are just like the cells that were there before. So if a cell is lost, mitosis is going to produce a cell that from the underlying cells that is just like the cell that was there before. So mitosis helps in replacement of damaged cells. So the correct answer here is C. D says formation of reproductive cells. Reproductive cells is actually formed by meiosis, not mitosis. Okay, 7. So question 7. Identify the enzyme found in intestinal juice. A, lipase. B, pepsin. C, ptyalin. And D, erepsin. The correct answer here is A. Pepsin is found in the stomach, gastric juice. Ptyalin is more of salivary amylase. One for salivary amylase found in the mouth. So the correct answer here is A, where fat digestion takes place. So number 7 is A. Question 8. Which of the following are components of the axial skeleton? A, skull, vertebral column, and the wrist. Before we go into answering this question, know that the skeleton of a man is divided into two. We have the axial and the appendicular. So the axial is mostly the skull, the vertebrae, and the appendicular is made up of the limbs. So this one, skull, vertebral column, and the ribs. B says skull, vertebral column, and limbs. Limbs is out. C says limbs. So all the limbs are out because they're mostly contained in the appendicular skeleton. So the correct answer here is A, the skull, the vertebral column, and the ribs. Question 9. What type of joint is found between the bones of the skull? A, gliding, B, suture, C, pivot, and D, hinge. The correct answer is B. The kind of joint found between all the bones of the skull are called sutures. This is just the name given to those kinds of joints, and they are very, very immovable. Question 10. The diagram below is that of which type of muscle? From observing the muscle, okay, A says skeletal, B says cardiac, C says smooth, and D says voluntary. The correct answer here is B, the cardiac muscle. You can see it's highly branched, it's mononucleated, it's highly branched, it's mononucleated, it is striated, and cardiac muscles generally contains so much mitochondria. Because of their activity, they need enough energy. So this muscle is a typical structure of a cardiac muscle. You can see from its branched nature, from its mononucleated nature. Actually, smooth muscles, skeletal muscles are multinucleated. So this is what makes it not to be a skeletal muscles. Then cardiac muscles, we have already described it. And then for smooth muscles, they are not branched. So the correct answer here is B, cardiac muscle. Question 11. Which reflex occurs when an object approaches the eye? Actually, the reflexes of the eye, we have the tearing and the blinking reflex. So when an object is coming to an eye, what happens is that someone first of all blinks before, if it gets into the eye, before you start seeing tearing out. So A says pupil, B says blinking reflex. The answer here is supposed to be B. Conditions reflex simply talks about reflex of past experiences, things that maybe had happened before, and that information has been stored between the body, within the mind, such that if that thing happen again, that person is going to behave just the way you took the time before, even without thinking. Those are conditions reflex. So the correct answer is B, blinking reflex. Question 12. Identify the correct hormone and function pair. A says antidiuretic hormone. The function here is stimulates the reabsorption of water by the nephron. Yes, this is correct. B says oxytocin, and it says stimulates milk production by the breast. Oxytocin does not stimulate milk production. It stimulates milk ejection, which means that milk has been produced normally, and then oxytocin just comes in to make sure that milk is being secreted. It like contracting the nipples, just like how it acts at the level of the womb, contracting the uterus so that the baby can be expelled. It also contracts the breast tissue, making sure that milk is also ejected. So this is wrong. C says progesterone, and says stimulates basal metabolic rate. No, progesterone is the male reproductive hormone and mostly functions in secondary sexual characteristics. Then say thyroxine stimulates growth of the Graafian molecule. Thyroxine stimulates growth, but related to the Graafian molecule, which is to reproduction, it is highly inspecific. So we'll be going here for a antidiuretic hormone which stimulates the reabsorption of water by the nephron. So the correct answer here is A. Question 13. Which reagent is used to test for the presence of protein in a food sample? A says Benedict solution, B says Sudan TV solution, C says Felling solution, and D says Biret solution. The correct answer here is D. Benedict solution is used to test for reducing sugars. We have Sudan TV solution is used to test for the presence of fats, and Felling solution is still used to test for reducing sugars, but Biret solution is used to test for proteins. So we go for D. Question 14. A correct comparison between arteries and veins is: arteries, A, all transport oxygenated blood. veins all transport deoxygenated blood. It is true that majority transport the kind of blood that has been named, but it is very unspecific, as when we talk of the pulmonary arteries and pulmonary veins, the things are actually reversed. So this is not correct. And then B, have a thick muscular wall. That's for arteries. And then veins have a thin muscular walls. This is correct. The walls of arteries are actually thick such that they can contract to pump blood along in their lumen. And then that for veins, they don't need to pump blood, so their muscles are actually thick. And arteries also need these thick muscular walls to withstand the high pressure from the heart, from the pumping action of the heart. So we have that this answer is correct. Then C, we have arteries have larger lumens. No, the lumen of arteries are actually very small and tiny. And then veins, they say have smaller lumens. No, it's rather the opposite. Then D, they say arteries have valves at intervals and veins do not have valves. No, this is not correct. Actually, arteries do not have valves. Veins have valves to prevent the backflow of blood, but arteries, just the pumping action of the heart and the pumping of their muscular walls enables the blood to keep on going forward, so they do not have valves. Question 5. So the correct answer here in question 14 is B, because arteries have thick wall that enables them contract and pump blood across the body in their lumen. Question 15. In the human digestive system, which structure absorbs water from undigested remains of food? We have the ileum, stomach, colon, and the rectum. The correct answer here is the colon. It's actually the colon. Undigested food is found at the level of the large intestine, where digestion is almost nil, almost not present. So at the level of the colon, water is being reabsorbed from the food, forming a compact hard mass called feces. So the correct answer is C. Question 16. Select the gland with both endocrine and exocrine functions. A, pituitary gland. B, pancreas. C, adrenal. And D, thyroid. The correct answer here is B, the pancreas. The pancreas actually is a dual gland. It secretes hormones found in pancreatic juice which serve in digestion at the level of the intestines, and also it has cells, specialized cells, that's the islets of Langerhans, that secrete that secretes hormones. Actually, a dual gland is normally called a dual gland, as endocrine function it secretes hormones and exocrine function it secretes enzymes. Enzymes found in the digestive system at the level of the intestines, and hormones by the islets of Langerhans, that's insulin and glucagon, that helps in the controlling of the glucose level in blood. So the correct answer here is B. Question 17. The diagram below shows the structure of a motor neuron. Which two number structures make up the cell body? The cell theory, we can see this A says 4 and 5. 4 and 5 exactly. This is the answer, because the cell body is always found at this terminal that is surrounded by the dendrites. So the correct answer here is 4 and 5. From the well-labeled structure of a motor neuron, the correct answer is A, 4 and 5. Question 18. The term homeostasis refers to A, the maintenance of a constant body temperature. B, the maintenance of the concentration of blood. C, the maintenance of a constant composition of blood. And D, maintenance of a constant internal and external. The correct answer here is D, the maintenance of a constant internal and external environments. Now the worry here should be, why did we not take A? A says the maintenance of a constant body temperature. A actually describe how homeostasis functions with particularity given to temperature alone. It maintains the constant internal and external environment, and temperature is one of the factors that needed to be maintained, so it's just very specific then to broadly define us the term homeostasis. Question 19. What role does blood play in the defense of the body against infection? A says red blood cells regulate blood flow. B says white blood cells produce antibodies, correct? C says white blood cells produce antigens, no. D says red blood cells engulf pathogens, no. Red blood cells are particularly functions only in oxygen transport, whereas white blood cells help in defense. And how do they do this? They produce antibodies which fight antigens. Antigens are foreign particles. Antibodies is what is being produced by the host to fight the foreign particles. So the correct answer is B. This is how the body functions to fight against infections. Question 20. What is the right order of arrangement of the ossicle in the middle ear? Incus, malleus, and stapes. Stapes, incus. The correct answer here is D. The malleus, the incus, and the stapes. This is the correct order of arrangement. Question 21. Why is the mammalian circulation described as being double? The mammalian circulation is actually double. That is the pulmonary and the systemic circulation. Pulmonary, that deals with blood going to the respiratory system to be oxygenated, and the general circulation, and systemic, which deals with blood going to the general body to supply this oxygen to all body cells. So A says blood circulates around the body in two separate systems, no. B says the mammalian heart has 4 chambers, no. C says blood passes twice through the heart for each complete circuit of the body, correct. This is actually the answer. Blood passes twice the heart. It passes the first time and goes to the lungs for oxygenation. Then the second time it passes directly into general circulation. So the correct answer here is C. Question 22. Why do most food chains consist of not more than or at most 5 trophic levels? A lot of energy is lost at each trophic level. That's very correct. B, least energy is lost at each level. No. C, organisms have different trophic levels. Not really. D, most animals feed on plants. The correct answer is A. Much energy is actually lost at each trophic level. So very less energy is provided for the trophic levels to extend to more than 5. So the correct answer here is A. Question 23. Why do most gynecologists recommend that pregnant women should not drink alcohol? A, it slows down the blood process, not. B, it causes cancer of the uterus, not really. C, it causes fetal alcoholic syndrome, exactly. The answer is C. Alcohol causes fetal alcoholic syndrome in children. A situation where their brain are deranged, they don't think properly, and their head size and shape is usually different. It's not normal. They actually have an abnormal curvature of the skull bones, and so that is the correct answer is C. 24. A person with type AB blood group can safely refuse a transfusion of A, type AB blood only, B, type A, B, AB, and O only. The correct answer is B. Why? Because blood group AB is a universal recipient. It can receive blood from any blood group. Why can it receive blood from any blood group? You realize that an individual with blood group AB does not contain any antibodies in its plasma. It has no antibodies in plasma. So no matter what kind of blood group is coming, there will be no antibodies to fight any incoming antigens. So the correct answer is B. Question 25. The process of fertilization in humans involves A, fission of the egg and sperm cells. Yes. Fertilization is the fusion of the egg and sperm cell and the sperm cells to form a zygote. So by choosing A, others are completely eliminated. So this video will be ending on this question 25. Let's stay tuned for the continuation of the next part of this paper from 26.
The complete solution can be found on clazgate. Go to class.hislist.com for the complete solution. Don't forget, anyone can teach on clazgate. Go to class.hislist.com and start teaching Cameroonian students today.